and I can't do that. And I'm like, man, we may not get to do this. We've bought a Restream subscription and we're gonna start using it as soon as I like actually get on there and start messing with it and figuring it out. But wait, I haven't done that yet. I've just been catching up from like the end of the semester and everything. So yeah, it's been an adventure already this evening. So but we made it. Turns out that Facebook is not completely deprecating the non-secure feed until November, so I've got a little bit of time to figure this stuff out. We'll see how that goes. I mean, I get all nerdy again on stuff. So, as you guys know, we did not have a live feed last week, and it was not because of technical issues. It was because we did not record last week. Um, Will was actually being interviewed for another show, and I was finally getting my tattoo cover up started. So, as some of you guys know, I have a tattoo that I've been wanting to get covered up for a while. And so I finally got that started. You can kind of see it's just the line work. So you can still see the old tattoo underneath there. I go back next Friday to get more work done on it. So, but it's gonna look really awesome. I'm really excited about it. There's a lot of meaning in this new tattoo, so it's gonna be really cool. Another really neat thing is last night at church, some of my friends gave me this like really neat button. Um, it I won't go into the story behind like the why I'm an outcast kind of has meaning to me, but it was just like really special to me that they saw this at the store and thought of me and were like, "Hey, let's get that for him." That means a lot to me, and like I feel included by being an outcast.
Okay.
So what's going on with you, man?
Well, man, I think the only button anybody's ever bought for me just at random was one that said I never fake sarcasm.
That's
And that
true
was at
about you.
work. Yeah. And that was for work. And I just like, not at my current job, is at a previous, very uptight company. And I got that and I was just not expecting that at all. Um, just as an aside, this past week, obviously I was on productivity and tech, or I was recording.
So
Um,
guess what we're not doing?
what?
I did not. We have not gone live on Facebook yet.
Well, start over.
All right.
To
So
the
those of you
stream.
guys watching on YouTube,
Are there
well,
people
hey,
watching?
we don't really have anybody watching on YouTube. So I'm gonna click over to going live on Facebook now, and we're just gonna start this whole thing over again. All right. Um, yeah, yeah. Let's see. Uh, Tattoos, buttons, and answering your questions. Say the thing about your button because, dude, that was awesome. Software. What? Oh yeah, I know what it sounds like, but still say it because it was good. It was good. Um, Decode and computer science. All right, ready? We're gonna go live again. Clicking it in three, two, one. So, those of you that are actually watching on YouTube, you get to see our messed up process when things don't go as normal. Welcome to our world behind the scenes. Complete developer behind the scenes. All right, so no. All right, here we go. Ready? Hey guys, welcome to another Complete Developer Raw, a live show with Will and BJ. Hey, there we are. Hey guys, so it has
Man,
been
Facebook. You know,
it's been an adventure this evening already.
I'm still on, right? You can still hear me?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
not muted.
All right. Yeah. So I want to translate the words in Facebook to another language. And then when I write a piece of fiction, that's going to be the dumbest character in the book. Um,
So,
I've already decided there's going to be a monster called a Sarbox because of Sarbanes Oxley. And
oh
like,
yeah,
this is
yeah.
another, like, there's got to be another
It's gonna be the
slight
geekiest
tribute.
book ever. I like this. I'm liking this. I'm looking forward to reading it. So, are we doing fantasy or sci-fi or sci-fi
I don't,
Western fantasy?
I think it ought to be just like a dystopia, but like a really crappy dystopia. Like you're not somewhere that was ever good in the first place, and you just made it worse. Like you know, I don't know, like you know, make it on like the northern half of the Korean peninsula right now, but it just got colder.
Oh wow.
You know,
So so guys, a little bit of what happened this evening. Facebook has changed their policies or whatever. So they're switching over to the secure, is it RTMP I don't know. I don't remember it. I'm
it's the one
terrible.
that's not the Canadian Mounted Police.
Right. I'm terrible with acronyms, y'all. Anyways, so they've switched over to that, and it's switched by default. So when we went to go live, it didn't work. I had to go in. I put in the secure connection and our new key into the config for our Nginx, and yeah, that didn't work either because that doesn't work with the secure. Sort of like going from HTTP to HTTPS. I mean, it's complex and not fun. Anyways, turns out, thankfully, Facebook is not deprecating the not secure version until November, so we've got a little bit of time. And we do have a Restream subscription, but I just haven't gotten around to figuring it out. Still catching up from basically the last of the semester last month, and so it's on my list. I just haven't made it down to that part of the list yet. So as you guys know, we did not have a live stream last week, not for technical reasons, but see, I think Will was being interviewed for another podcast. Is that correct?
I can't remember if that was Thursday or Wednesday, to be honest. Like it's all a
Okay.
blur.
Well, the reason we didn't record on Thursday is because I was getting um, a tattoo covered that I've been wanting to get covered for a while. So I attempted to show this before, but it didn't quite work. Let me see. Here we go. Um, as you guys can tell, I just got started on it. He just did the line work Thursday. You can still see the other tattoo under there because we haven't done any, filling it in or anything. I'm doing that a week from Friday. So it's going to be, I'm excited about it. It's going to be really awesome. There's a lot of meaning in different parts of the tattoo. It's really cool. I can't wait to get it done. If you can't figure out what it is a Celtic cross that's covering the old tattoo, and then we're gonna do. He's gonna use the pattern of the old tattoo as part of the filigree, like what goes behind a coat of arms kind of thing. So it's gonna look really awesome once it's done. I'm very excited about it. Also, really cool. Last night at church, some friends of mine gave me this really neat button. I'm very excited about it. I'm telling everybody, this thing is so cool. And I won't go into the story as to why, I'm an outcast and where that comes from, but it really meant a lot that like they were out and saw it and thought of me and decided to get it for me. That's what meant the world to me. I'm like, that is so cool. They thought of me. But also it's kind of neat that, me being an outcast makes me feel included. So I love it. I'm super excited and pumped about my little button that I got last night. So that's cool.
Nice. I got one at a previous job that was very stuffy and corporate, and the button said, "I never fake sarcasm." Um, So I wasn't really sure how to take that. You know, it's like that's right on the edge, you know. And it was from people that just wouldn't pull stuff like that. And I was like, did they just not get it? You know,
Yeah.
and you just kind of have to roll with it because you don't want to explain it and make everything awkward.
Yeah.
Uh, so I guess I'll give my update. I was on Productivity in Tech last week, and I also was interviewed on the OK Productive podcast this morning, right after my Scrum meeting.
Oh, fun.
Which is, yeah, I mean, I guess it's a reasonably good time to talk about productivity right after you get out of a Scrum meeting.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it was good. We talked over journaling and just kind of the stuff I'm doing there. They saw me speak at MicroConf.
Oh, awesome. That's really
So
cool.
yeah. Um, so yeah, I've got that going on. The other thing I have been doing is I have been doing book edits,
Hmm.
and book edits, and I uploaded like 5 chapters of
Hmm.
edited material, and then found out that somehow SharePoint got screwed up and has the previous version of them. Now I've got them all on my desktop, but it's like 15 clicks each, and so I've just been putting off like re-uploading again.
Hmm.
And then the other thing is, I realized I also have to have a glossary of terms, and I kind of haven't done that because I'm not really sure how I should go about it. Um, so I'm thinking I might write a computer program to kind of help me with that, like dump the files out to text and split it up and parse it.
Glossary of terms. You're actually
Yeah,
pretty good at writing those because we've had some episodes where it was pretty much all you writing out definitions.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's not or not glossary of terms, but like they words in the index of the book.
Ah,
Whatever you
gotcha,
call
gotcha.
that crap. So like I'm gonna have to dump them out to text and write a program that goes through and gets word frequency counts, and then I'll just go through that to pick them all
Mm,
out because I'm not doing this in a non-programmatic way. I just don't have the attention span for that at the moment. So that's going on. Last week I started going to see a Russian tutor. So I'm doing that once a week, and I've been learning the language for a while now. I can speak it reasonably well. I cannot read or write it really at all. I mean, I'm kind of getting there on the reading. Um,
they got some like weird letters and that backward R, man.
oh, that's yeah.
I
I
just
can
know
tell
it
you
as a
that one.
backward R.
Yeah. What's interesting is a lot of them came out of Greek. So if you know
Yeah.
Greek letters, you can kind of read it a little bit anyway.
I know a
Um,
few Greek letters. I mean, I was in a fraternity, and I
yeah.
know a few sorority girls, so you know.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? Like Russian letters came out of Greek, and you're probably drunk in a fraternity, and you're probably drunk learning Russian. So you're good. Um, it's really the same thing. No, it's not completely Greek, but there's some stuff that evolved from there, so you can see
Right,
the similarities.
right.
So I'm enjoying that. That's not for a business purpose. That's just me, kind of pushing myself a little bit, and yeah, I'm having a good time with it.
That's awesome, man. So, podcast update. We are getting close to episode number 200. Actually, we're recording that tonight after we finish this, but it's going to come out in a couple of weeks. I think 197 came out today. Is that right? I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah. Uh, so yeah, we're really close. Really excited about it. We got some fun stuff that we're going to talk about, and then we got a lot of fun stuff in store for our next 200 episodes. Also, it is not too late to see the LinkedIn live profile makeover. I said that backwards. To see the live LinkedIn profile makeover with Amber Beam. Um, we're in the process of scheduling that, but if you want to be in on that, you need to go over to Patreon. Complete Developer Podcast. Is it Complete Dev Pod or Complete Developer Podcast? I don't know. Look us up by Complete Developer Podcast. You'll find us. Um, or listen to any episode. We've got it on there. I just can't. Will says it, not me, so I don't have it memorized.
I don't think I actually say what it is on Patreon either.
You
I
do,
think
you do, but
okay. I recorded it once.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
don't remember either.
But
Yeah, we're just doing great tonight.
we're it's gonna be an interesting evening.
Ooh.
We got 2 episodes to record, y'all. It's gonna be fun. So, anyways, what I was saying is hop on to Patreon, become a $5 or more donor. You'll get. I need to send out invites to the group for the new people, but before we actually do it, I will be sending out invites. I'll get people into the Facebook group, and we'll be doing that live through the Facebook group. So that's really cool, really exciting. We're looking forward to it. Now, moving on to our first question.
How do I deal with an unprofessional code review comment of "This is toy code, not production code"? My response to that would be, "This is a toy code review comment, not a production code review comment. If you don't have a useful thing to offer, you need to shut your mouth."
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. The other thing you could do, I mean, if this is something that's just, and the other, you may not know what's going on with the person. They may be going through stuff, and it just may be, especially if it's like this isn't the like, if if I got that from you, I would be like, all right, dude, give me something real. I'd throw it back at you. But there are some people I'm like, what's going
Let's be
on, man?
honest. You would troll. You
I
would
would troll
me
you.
back.
Yeah. Well, I would troll you, but there are some people I know, like some people I work with, that I would be like, what's going on, man? Everything all right? There are other people I work with that I'd be like, all right, so tell me why. Why is that toy code? I like you. Well, y'all have met Cody, so he would say like I troll him about it, but no, like if you get this, come back with, if you're wanting to be professional about it, come back with, okay, how is it toy? What can I do to make it production ready code? And go from it from that angle is what I think. But I agree with you. I mean, like, just throw it back at them. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Our next question. I just started my first job as a programmer. How can I become familiar with a new code base if there's no documentation and the classes are not commented? So I'll tell you what I did, and this worked great for me. I had a really good manager who I guess second day, once I got everything set up on the first day, he was like, "All right, I want you to go write some unit tests. This code needs to be tested." They were trying to get more unit testing in there at the code level, and not just rely on QA or production testing. And so I came in and I just started writing unit tests. You want to get to know a code base fast, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Either that or you write the comments and the documentation.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is go in and write those comments and documentation, figure out what it does and do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where the answer is in the question.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit there. Go in and write that. Or, I mean, the thing is, sometimes you may not know what it does. So if that's the case, then go write some unit tests, figure out what it does, and then document it. Right? Yep. And yeah. There we go. See, a combination of answers. Teamwork. Hashtag go team.
Together we are super smart Alec. By our powers combined and all that. So,
question number 3.
I was having a programming interview and have been asked some difficult algorithms questions that I don't understand. I then asked the interviewer to solve my own questions. He was surprised and failed to answer as well. Was I doing wrong? No, you were doing a service to all of humanity, because some of those questions that they ask, look, I'm writing a book on this, okay? And some of the questions that get asked in interviews are things that you'll never, ever do. Like, you have a binary tree structure. How do I rotate the contents of every other row on that structure? Just like stupid data structure stuff. And you're like, okay, well, what am I actually doing? Oh, you're doing CRUD apps. Okay, why do I need to do this thing? Well, we just want to make sure that you can code. that like that has nothing to do with anything that you're doing at all. That's like saying that you have to be able to replace your engine block to ride your bicycle on the road. Like those two things are not related.
That's great. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean you could tell that I'm a little frustrated at that because like I've been reading a lot of forums and reading how people trick people in interviews to see how they'll react because sometimes these things are personality things too and they want to see if it ticks you off.
Hmm.
And it's like if it doesn't tick you off, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Like that's normal. Like don't yeah, I just ran up. I like to go up to new interviewees and I like to kick them in the shins. And that way I can see if they get ticked off. Well, okay. That's cool, but one of them's going to kick you back. That's what this guy did.
Well, the thing about it is, you can ask a person all day long, how do how do you behave when you're angry and stuff like that, and you're gonna get your standard answers. I get the idea of all right, we deal with some frustrating stuff. I mean, you,
Yeah.
I get frustrated on a fairly consistent basis as a programmer. It's hard work we do, and sometimes you deal with people that you're just like, how did you survive? I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Well, the real key to it all is only throw cheap pieces of equipment. It's like when you're going down the interstate and like you realize that emergency braking is aiming for something cheap. There you go.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
Don't really
there's
take
that.
advice from me on that
No.
because I just know somebody's going to be like, "Oh, he meant that literally."
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
yeah.
should do, so I just have to put the
No.
disclaimer.
Yeah. No, don't take that kind of advice for Will. For Will, from Will, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun night. I'm probably gonna hate myself when editing these
No,
episodes.
you'll hate me. Like,
That's
let's be
true. That's
realistic.
that's that's really true because you're gonna be the
It's
cause of all of my pain.
yeah,
Sounds
give
like
or
a
take.
song. All right,
Probably
y'all.
is.
Uh, so we got some really cool stuff coming up. Next episode is positioning yourself for advancement. Sometimes you'll be ready to move on to the next phase of your career, while a lot of jobs this means going to another company. It doesn't always have to be that way. In fact, if you like your current job, you may want to stay at the same place but move to another position within the company. Additionally, if you're planning to leave, there's a good chance that you'll want to change what you're doing on a day to day basis. Either way, you need to position yourself well so that you can reach your career goals that you're going for. In the episode, we talk about how to do that. And we brought on Stephen Fowler, who has had basically every position in the industry from programmer to VP of engineering to talk to us about how to position yourself to move up in your career. So that'll be coming out next Thursday. Check that out. It was a really awesome episode. Will and I both learned a lot. We went a little bit off script just because he had some great information that we wanted to ask some follow ups on. So you can kind of tell where we go. Just asking our own questions and like getting good information because yeah, he's just a fountain of knowledge there. So that was awesome. Um, so, guys, we're gonna hop off here. It's we got a little bit of a late start thanks to Facebook doing
Among
Facebook
other
things.
things.
Yeah. So we're gonna hop off and record some episodes. Thank y'all for watching, and we'll catch you next week.